Alright, shalom, shalom. Alright, so part two of the same camp. I was checking my phone and they said a new file. I need to make a new file because my phone was running out of the maximum file size. Alright, so it's a little vexation I got to deal with for the time being. I got around 3 gigabytes left. That's around 30. So I'll run this phone out until it runs out and then I'll switch to this one. Alright, but we're going to bring out some history, okay, because Revelation chapter 21 verse 8 was talking about murderers. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and go back to reading that, Revelations chapter 21 verse 8. But the fearful and unbelieving, and the abominable and murderers and whoremongers and sorcerers and idolaters and all liars shall have their part in the lake which burneth with fire and brimstone, which is the second death. Okay, what is the second death? The first death came in the time of Noah. That was a flood. The second death is going to come by nuclear fire. Okay, ICBMs, intercontinental ballistic missiles, are going to be shot at America and leave this place as a complete stubble. Okay, all these beautiful houses, all your fine cars, your college degrees, they're going to be fire and flame. Okay, they're going to be a stubble. Okay? I'm going to read it again. Revelation chapter 21, verse 8. But the fearful and unbelieving and the abominable, okay, who's abominable? Esau is abominable. Esau is every name on this list. Okay, let's actually go from the top again. The fearful and unbelieving, which is actually talking about 2/3. Okay, which the Edomites are fearful. They're fearful right now. I see all these people looking at me. They are fearful. Okay, because they're like, oh shit, another one of these Hebrew Israelites again. Now they're here in Ithaca. Oh boy, here they come again. Oh boy, now we gotta see one of those Hebrew Israelites. Okay, and they are unbelieving. They don't believe in the Most High. They believe in Jesus Christ. Okay, and the 2/3 believe in Jesus Christ because the beast. When the beast rose, he caused all them, all the people to wander after them. Even we wandered after the beast at one point. Before we were, given the breath back. Before the seals were broken, the seals were open. We were given this understanding. Our dead bodies were in the street, meaning that we were in a spiritually dead state. When you go into that scripture. The abominable and murderers, okay? How's Esau Edom abominable? Okay, with homosexuality, with transgenderism. When you even look up the history of transsexuality and those gender, I don't know what the hell you call them, fucking gender replacement surgery, whatever the fuck. Okay, I believe that goes back to an experiment, and I believe the first person that was done to an Edomite, they cut off this junk and turned it into a vagina. He killed himself. Which that should show you that, what you're doing, that whole transgenderism thing, you ain't nothing good out of that, all right? And according to scriptures, a woman should not wear that which pertaineth to a man, and a man shouldn't wear that which pertaineth to a woman. Okay, that's going on. So that's how they're abominable, okay? How else are they abominable? Okay, let's look at their democracy. Okay, let's look at their lies that they've come up with. You got some people out here saying that slave ships never existed. I'm just kind of ranting a little bit here. But you got certain people out here that say slave ships never existed. And this is how stupid people are in this country, okay? Wood, after a certain time, deteriorates. Just because you don't see a slave ship, don't mean it's not there. It just deteriorated, okay? The first slave ship that came to this country was called the good ship Jesus, which is another one of their lies, okay? Another one of their blasphemies, okay? Even the fucking biblical scholars tell you that name Jesus is a fucking bunch of bullshit. Letter J came out in 15th century? Okay? We're moving on. I'm kind of bringing certain things out, but forgive me. Verse 8. And murderers, okay? Murderers. How are these people murderers? Okay, I'm kind of going all over the place here, so forgive me, You really can't plan a camp, really. You gotta just go in the spirit. You know, I get something, I may drop it, and I'll go move on to something else, you know. This is the book, The Black Jacobins. And we'll start off, we'll start off on the first page. Christopher Columbus landed first in the New World at the island of San Salvador, and after praising God, okay, which is another one that lies, one that blasphemies, his name is not God. You can't even make the word God in the Paleo Hebrew, in the Lashon Kodash, which means pure tongue. It's impossible to make the word God. Okay, there's no O. Okay, now you can make Gad, but Gad is a tribe. That means troop. Okay, which goes back to a prophecy about Gad. A troop shall overcome him, but he shall overcome at the last. Okay, you cannot make the word God using the Paleo Hebrew. It's impossible. Okay, that's just another one that lies, another one of the deceptions. Okay, and after praising God, inquired urgently for gold. Okay, Christopher Columbus, first and foremost, Christopher Columbus knew exactly where he was going to. When you look at those maps, okay, I believe it's one of those maps, the Peri Reis map, okay, which goes back to an Ottoman Turk, which is an Edomite. It's like this guy is walking by right here with the blonde hair, is an Edomite, okay? He used 10 Arabic sources and 4 Indian sources to create that map. And that was a very early map, I believe. I want to say 1512. It came after the Watson-Muller map. And the Watson-Muller map was the first map that named America. That guy, I believe his name was Martin Wasmuller. I think he was a priest of some sort. Okay, a false priest. Okay, because we taught him all those customs. The Moors were the first priests. The Moors were the real priests. Okay? The first, you know what I'm saying, the first monks were the Moors. You know? But going back into it, you know, Christopher Columbus knew where Arsrif was. Even the Jewish Encyclopedia said that Arsrif has to be America. When you look at 2nd Esdras chapter 13, you know, even Christopher Columbus, he knew what he was looking for. Christopher Columbus was looking for gold, and he was looking for Israelites. Okay, he was looking for some Israelites to murder and subjugate. Okay, moving on. The natives, Red Indians, were peaceable and friendly, and directed him to Haiti, a large island, nearly as large as Ireland, rich, they said, in the yellow metal. Okay? I'm going to get a quick precept. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 49. Actually, yeah, so I'll start at verse 48. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Most High shall send against thee, in hunger, and in thirst, and in nakedness, and in want of all things. Okay? And what precept should you be thinking of when you just read that? All right? Zechariah chapter 1, verse 18. Okay, let's go ahead and go get it. Let's see here. Jeremiah, Ezekiel. Yep. Zechariah. This is the book of Zechariah, chapter 1, verse 18. Then lifted up mine eyes and saw, and behold, 4 horns. Okay, the 4 horns. These 4 horns here are not talking about the 10 horns, okay? The beast in the 10 horns is merely talking about the beast is America, okay? And the 10 horns are NATO and the EU, which are America's allies, okay? Which after a certain time period, a certain prophecy has to come to pass, okay? Where the 10 horns shall leave the woman desolate, okay? So let me see if I can go ahead and get that. Since I brought it up, you know, because this is a stumbling block to certain people. Certain people can't get this, you know? Yeah. I'm going to come back to Obadiah chapter 1 and 18 too. But let me get this one first. Adon Ratazal. I'll pretty much run until this thing dies. You know, I'll pretty much run it until it dies. Alright, hold on. I was going to get 4 horns, 10 horns, yep. 10 horns shall let's see here. Ah, fuck. Why aren't they giving me what I want, man? Yeah. This is the book of Revelation, chapter 17, verse 16. And the ten horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, and make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh, and burn her with fire. Okay? What is this woman talking about? Hold on. The woman that sits upon many waters. I want to get it verbatim though. Sittest upon many waters. Yep. This is Revelation chapter 17, and I'll skip down to, I'll start at verse 1. And there came one of the 7 angels which had the 7 vials which represent judgment, okay, and talked with me, saying unto me, Come hither, I will show unto thee the judgment of the great whore that sitteth upon many waters. And all you got to do is read, go back to the end, go to 15, okay, when John the Revelator is talking to the angel, and he saith unto me, The waters which thou sawest where the whore sitteth are peoples, multitudes, and nations, and tongues. But the main people is the Israelites. Okay? That's what the woman is. The woman is America. Okay? The beast is NATO and the EU, which represent the beast and the 10 horns. Okay? Back into it. Revelation chapter 17, verse 16. And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, it shall make her desolate and naked, it shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire. Okay? How are the 10 horns going to burn America with fire? Real easy. I see intercontinental ballistic missiles. Okay, that's how NATO and the EU are going to destroy this country. Okay, because NATO and the EU are already tired of America. Okay, America is that stout horn. Okay, America is very prideful, very proud. Okay, they always drop the blame on other countries. Oh, COVID came out of China. Of course it didn't fucking come out of China, man. They created the virus, man. The U.S. they funded that lab. It was American scientists, of course with some mobile Chinese scientists in there, okay? That were, you know, in the lab, okay? If you look into the facts, watch that movie, Plandemic, they go into it. You know, the U.S. funded the Wuhan virology lab, believe it or not. Okay, they gave them millions and millions of dollars. You know? That's one of the reasons why NATO and the EU, they're tired of this fucking beast, man. They're tired of America. They want to destroy it. You know? China wants to destroy it. Russia wants to destroy it. Which they're not technically a part of the beast, even though Russia is ran by Edomites. Russia is an Edomite nation. They're not technically a part of the beast. Okay, as well with Turkey. You know? But, you know, I'm going to correct myself there. You know, the virus obviously did come out of China. But you know that narrative that they push, you know, that, oh, the Chinese created the virus and then put it out in China. That's a bunch of bullshit, okay? It wasn't no Chinese virus, man, okay? America funded the Wuhan virology lab, okay? They created the virus. Your white man, woman, and child, their own people created the virus, okay? Now, they may not agree. They may say, well, that's not true. It is true. You did it. You created the virus, okay? It's a fake virus, but you created it. You know? Yeah, that's it on that. I'm going to go back. This is the book of Zechariah, chapter 1, verse 18. Then lifted up mine eyes and saw, and behold, 4 horns. Okay, these 4 horns, once again, they're different from the 10 horns. These horns are different. The 4 horns talking about here are tangential, or the same as, okay, the 4 beasts that you can read about in Daniel chapter 7, which I don't really got to go into, you know, but roughly going over it, you know, the first beast is the Syria Babylon, Okay, the eagle represents Assyria. Okay, and Babylon is a lion. After a certain time period, Babylon rose and encompassed Assyria and took it over. Okay, became the Neo-Babylonian Empire. The second beast is Persia. The third beast, well, second beast is Persia and the Medes. Okay, third beast is Greece. Fourth beast, Rome. And then the beast to come out of Rome, okay, is America. Okay, verse 19. And I said to the angel that talketh with me, what be these? And he answered me, these are the horns which have scattered Judah, Israel, and Jerusalem. Okay, that's what your people have done. Okay, they scattered us. They have scattered our people. You know, when you read James chapter 1, verse 1, it was even back then, in the time of the apostles, you know, when we were scattered. You know, yeah, this is a time period in history which already happened. Okay, we've already been scattered across the four winds. Okay, moving on back to Deuteronomy chapter 28. And the Most High, actually, hold on, right? Yeah. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Most High shall send against thee in hunger and in thirst and in nakedness and in want of all things. Okay, do we not have to do that in a society? Okay, now this white man, woman, and child have enslaved us, right? Put us in chains. And, you know, which I already read, I believe I read already, a yoke of iron. They put a yoke of iron upon us, right? But now even after they so-called emancipated us, which really the word emancipate goes into a transfer of ownership, okay? That whole thing with the whole taking the slaves out of slavery, the reason why Esau Edom did that was, one, so that he could confuse our people, and for two, it was because slavery wasn't good for the northern economy. It came to a point where actually slavery was hurting the northern economy. Keep fucking looking at me, bitch, motherfucker. Keep fucking looking at me, man. What the fuck you want from me, man? I ain't gonna fucking stop. What, you recognize me as some shit? The fuck? Damn devils, yo. Fucking hate this fucking country, man. That's why this fucking bitch is gonna be fucking destroyed, man. This country is going to be destroyed. You know what? You know what? This is a perfect time period. Perfect time period. Yo, look at him. Look at him. That fucking guy in a motorcycle almost got into a fucking accident, man. Alright, there was a car parked about to be green. As soon as he saw me talking about America and his fucking judgment, the nigga was about to not a nigga, this fucking white boy was about to crash into the car that was right in front of him. Alright? He sped off, man. Alright, this is true. Okay? This stuff is real. Damn, man. That's why the scriptures say this. I'm going to read it again. But this time I'm going to the full thing. Obadiah chapter 1, verse 18. And the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Ephraim, or Joseph, a flame, and the house of Esau for stubble. Okay, what is stubble? When you burn something in fire, it becomes stubble. Okay, these white man, woman, and child are stubble. They're going to become stubble. They're never going to rise again upon this earth. They're never going to have rulership ever again upon this earth. Okay? And they shall kindle in them and devour them. And there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau. For the Most High has spoken it. Accident number 2. Okay? There's firstly about to be an accident right there. As soon as that damn devil saw me sitting here going into the judgment that's going to come to America, he sped off so quick, he almost got into an accident with the car right in front of him. Now, it was almost an accident right here. You know? That's how we know what I'm bringing out is the truth. Okay? These people, they're so adverse and so against this truth. When I bring it out, they just want to speed down the road. You know, they want to go back to living. They don't want to hear the truth. You know, they don't want to hear nothing. Okay? The fact that there should not be any remaining of the house of Esau. And there won't. Okay? Because the Edomite women are going to be taken as concubines. Okay? And we do know in Numbers chapter 1, verse 18, that the seed goes through the man. You know? So, you know, if no Edomite men are making any babies, okay, that means the Edomites are going to be gone. Okay, now if you have certain Edomite concubines, right, in a Israelite man has a child with an Edomite woman, okay, that's still an Israelite child, okay? That's the thing what you black bitches don't fucking understand, is that we really don't need you. I mean, we really don't need you, you know, because we're going to have our concubines. We're still going to be able to make Israelite children. You know, say if all Israel wasn't going to be saved or something, right? Because those 2/3, these nigger women, they're going to come back in the kingdom, okay? They're going to come back as our children, okay? But, you know, let's just say in an alternate reality that they weren't going to be saved. We really don't need the Israelite woman for anything. You know, we could always use the other nation's woman. If I have a child with an Elamite woman, that child is going to still be an Israelite. No matter what anyone says. Okay? It's the seed of the man. Verse 48. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, okay, if you don't keep the law, statutes, and commandments, which the Most High shall send against thee, and in one of all things, okay, and he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee. Okay? The Most High shall bring a nation against thee from far, from the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle flieth. You just can't make it up. What is the American symbol? Anyone, you got a quarter, if you got a quarter, man, at home, man, flip that shit over, you see the eagle, man. Now this is, you know, as I brought out in Zechariah chapter 1 and 18, I'm not sure if I broke it down, man, I've forgotten. Forgive me, you know, I'm learning, you know, I'm inexperienced, and I recognize that, and I'm learning, you know. But, you know, we were scattered, but not just by Esau, Edom, okay. Esau, Edom isn't only our enemy, okay. Elam is our enemy, Persia is our enemy, okay. Really, the entire world is our enemy. If you're not the Israelites, if you're not of the Israelites, really, you're our enemy. You have had your part in scattering us to the wind, okay. You had, so-called black slaves in China, Israelite slaves in China, called Kunlun slaves. Okay, China and Japan scattered us. Okay, America for fucking sure scattered us. Okay, Rome back then scattered us. Russia scattered us. Okay, need not go anymore. You know. Reading on. A nation of fierce. Hold on. Let me go back to verse 49. Get a little ahead of myself. The Most High shall bring a nation against thee from far, from the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle flieth, a nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand. Did we understand English? Did the so-called Red Indians, the Northern Kingdom, understand English? Or French? I've known that French, Spanish. I believe Columbus spoke Spanish because he was, you know, he worked for King Ferdinand and Queen Isabel. He spoke Spanish. Okay, did the Northern Kingdom know Spanish? Of course not. Because when you go into that book that I brought out in Assyrians Part 3, the Native Americans, so-called Native Americans, spoke Hebrew. Okay, they spoke a kind of disjointed form of Hebrew. They even knew the name of the Most High. They called them Yohiwa. That's the bastardized version of the name of the Most High. They kind of, you know, got lost over time. You know, the curses. You know. Moving on. Verse 50. A nation of fierce countenance, which shall not regard the person of the old, no shew favor to the young. Okay? Of the Esau, Edom show favor to the young or the old? Of course not. Hold on, Aki. I'm going to take off this hoodie. It's getting a little hot. It was just chilling cold a couple minutes ago, but now it's hot, you know? It is what it is, you know? If it's getting hot, I'm not going to sit here and struggle. You know, I'm just going to change, you know, and get back into it. Never stopping. All right, so this is Black Jacobins. Yeah. The Spaniards, the most advanced Europeans of their day, annexed the island and called it Hispaniola. I'm skipping down a little bit. I want to get to the point. Okay? Who are these Spanish? The Spanish are Edomites. Okay? When you go back into, I believe, Daniel chapter 7, the 3 horns that were plucked up by the root, okay, those are talking about the 3 different nations that had to be taken out in America for the Americans to rule, for the settlers to rule. You had the British, the French, and the Spanish. And all 3 fought in America for the settlers to come in and come into power. Okay? That's biblical prophecy that had to take place. Okay, moving on to back to this book. Okay, the Spaniards, the most advanced Europeans of their day, annexed the island and called it Hispaniola. So you people that call yourself Hispanics, you're not Hispanics. Okay, those Taino Indians, Native Americans. You know, you got any questions, bro?
Oh, I was just interested in what you did. I thought this was like you were doing it for the public, but I see.
Of course, no. If you got a question, no,
okay,
go ahead.
Okay.
Ask. You got any questions?
Oh, well, I don't know. I mean, I'm just
just
hearing what
listening?
you're spitting, bro.
Oh, all right.
It's interesting to me, you know.
Oh, of course.
I got some Taino.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah. My dad's Cuban.
That's cute.
Yeah.
Oh man.
So I'm like,
hold on.
I'm interested in what you're saying, man. You know.
Hold on. I wanna get a couple scriptures for you. You know, I don't have my my banner, but if your father's Cuban, you know, you could very well be an Israelite. You know.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they were saying. Yeah. I heard about that connection. They're saying with you know, Cuba and Jewish settlers and all that.
Yeah. I'm gonna get a quick scripture for you. All right.
All right.
This is the book of Numbers, chapter 1, verse. Oops. Yeah, let it fall. Chapter 1, verse 18. And they assembled all the congregation together on the first day of the second month. You know, this is talking about, you know, the Levites. You know, I'm not sure if you know about the Levites, but they were the priests back then in ancient Israel. And they assembled. Okay, it's not off yet. And they assembled all the congregation together on the first day of the second month, and they declared the pedigrees after their families by the house of their fathers. So they were counting the various tribes and going to the house of their fathers, because the seed line comes to the man. Okay, so if I'm a black man, right, and I have a child with any race of woman, that child still going to be an Israelite child. You know, which I'm a black person according, you know, to what we know. You know, the 12 tribes of tribe. I'm a Judite. You know, and you're a Cuban. Actually, I can go ahead and prove it and show you, you know, certain things. But, you know, according to you, you know, your father's a Cuban. That would still make you, no matter what color your mother is. Is your mother a white woman or?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it doesn't matter. You know, and this is what